My name is Dylan Hours, and for my Dossier, I have created a swim database for the swim coach in my high school. To run the program, you simply click the code and click Run in the upper left-hand corner. Now, it initially prompts you to enter a command, 1 if you're Hutch, and 2 if you're not. Hutch being the name of the swim coach. So, I'm not Hutch, naturally. My name is Dylan Hours, and all it really does with the username is say goodbye at the end, but it's a nice personal touch that I thought was necessary. Now you can begin by adding an entry. When you add an entry, it adds all of the data to the data text file as saved in the folder with the code. I have already entered 2 swimmers, Dylan Hours and Mike Hours, so let's add another one for display purposes. Let's say his name is George. Now let's say he swims the backstroke. Now let's say he swims the breaststroke. Enter the swimmer's top time. Let's say his top time is a 35. How many practice swimmers did he swim? Let's say he swam 2. His first one being a 37, and his next one being his best time, a 35. His average is 36 as displayed here. Now let's say he only swam one practice 150, given that he just swam 2 50-yard practice times. Let's say he swam that in a 67. Now this next line is kind of hard to understand if you don't analyze swim data much, but it's something that Joe wanted, or Hutch wanted. Let's say he swam his first 50-yard split in a 34 and his next in a 38. Now he's been added to the text file, and you can search that by going to look up an entry. What is the name of the person? George, and it displays all of his data. Or adversely, you can just go to the text file, go to the end, and he has been added beneath Mike Hours. Now let's say George graduates or quits the team and we no longer need his data. We can remove an entry by simply typing the name of the person we want to remove, and it displays all of the data being deleted. Now, let's say instead of removing a swimmer, we want to edit one. Now, what is the name of the person you want to edit? Let's say we want to edit Dylan Hours, and instead of swimming a best time of, well, we should probably know his current best time of 31, let's say he swims a 29. So, we can look him up again, and his best time has been changed to a 29. Now let's say we want to look up all the best swimmers in fly for the upcoming race. So we enter 6, and then we enter a 3 corresponding to fly, and it comes up with Dylan Hours, who swam a 29, and Mike Hours, who swam a 32. Shows it in order, and because we only have 2 swimmers in that event, it only shows 2. So finally we have next we have the switch users, which just goes back to the original prompt, are you Hutch or are you not? Let's say I'm Hutch this time, because that's the only person you could switch to. Let's say I am Alright, now moving on to the split calculator. This is something developed by Joe and I to determine the speed at which you need to go to attain a certain time in a given event. Now let's say that given event is 100 meters. What is the desired time for this race? Well, the desired time would be, let's say 2 minutes or 120 seconds as displayed in here. And then it shows the 4 lap times that you would need in order to swim a 120-second 100-meter race. And the final function is the quit function. When you type it, it says goodbye to the current user at the bottom and exits. Now, moving on to the functionality of the code, you can open the code by clicking database.java, and it opens the code right up. Now, this code is organized very simply, as Hutch is not he's not a computer science teacher, and is in no way connected to programming. So I think it has to be very simplistic or very intuitive for him to be able to edit it for himself. So if you wanted to further develop the program and create a new method, all you would have to do is go to the switch case, and as marked out by my comments, you would need to add a new case, which would be case 9, and then add the name of your method, and then add a new function to the main menu, and this is automatically connected to the main menu. All you have to do is copy one of these and enter the name of your new method in the space that is available for it, and then, as is very neatly organized, you would just have to follow the foundation created by all of the other methods that I've created, and copy one of these, develop it to match your needs, and create it here at the bottom. You can simply copy this one, rename it to what you want it to be, and it already gives you the data that you would need to make your own method. And I think that's a perfect way to further develop the program for himself if he needed to. Thank you, and that was my database.